Alright, here we are on page 22. And we're going to continue on with this story real quick. It looks like this is a longer, linear pathway portion.
A strong breaststroke and a flutter kick send you onward at a good speed. You begin to swim through large schools of small golden fish. The sea is getting deeper and deeper. You can no longer see the bottom as it recedes into the inky darkness far below you. The schools of fish suddenly disappear, and you notice dark shapes closing in on you. You swim as fast as you can. But within moments the shapes are all around you. They are the opposite of the Pelephans. With hominid bodies but fierce blunt heads. Barracas. Before you can resist, they trap you in a net and pull you down into the depths of the sea.
And we turn to page 13.
It's very dark where the barracas have imprisoned you, for your eyes get used to the dim light. You see how you are in a plaza surrounded by several tiers of caves cut into the rock. The barracas have put you into a large metal cage in the center of the plaza. You are not alone in the cage. You heave a sigh of relief as you realize that your fellow prisoner is a Pelephan. I'll see that the barracas did not eat you right away, that the Pelephan's voice says in your mind. But I do not think they will wait long. My name is Belopa. I notice that you have hands, as they do. That gives me an idea. If we wait until the guard outside our cage is not looking, we might be able to get out of here.
Now we go to page 16.
You wait for what seems like hours, then the barracan guard swims off for another part of the plaza. The door of the cage is locked with a combination lock, and the Pelefar is able to probe it with his mind. You follow his directions to work the lock, and soon it snaps open. We must get away before the guard comes back, Belopa says. If you wish to come to my farm, you are welcome. You thank Belopa and think about your decision.
Alright, now we can go back with Belopa and turn to page 14. If we go south, we turn to page 24. And if we go east, we turn to page 28. So that's our situation right now. I don't want to... Let's see. I'm going to stop now and then make a new video for one of these decisions. Eventually I will probably come back. I'm a little wondering what to do here. If Belopa goes back to the beginning of the story, I'll probably try that, but I don't think it will be. I think it'd be interesting to go like, hey, let's go hang out with this Belopa guy. Maybe his farm is not where the old other farm is, but we could go south too. I think that's where we came from though. And then we could go east. That'll be also further down the rabbit hole, which might be a good option also. But I'm just going to stop streaming now and then make a separate video for whichever page I go to. Alright, here we are on page 14 of the Trapped in the Sea Kingdom, Escape from Tenopia book. And we're just going to continue on this adventure. Envisioned.
You swim alongside Belopa in the direction of his farm. You will have to be very careful from now on, he says in your mind. Once the barracas have your scent, they will hunt you to the very borders of Salaria.
Salaria?
How big is Salaria, you think back? And how can I escape from it to get to Cabrin? Salaria stretches for many miles under the sea, Belopa says. And you cannot get a UL of it, at least not by ordinary means.
The
great storm that rages above sweeps back anyone and anything that tries to escape its boundaries. Can't I travel on LHE surface of the sea, you ask? That is even worse, Belopa says. Except for the Isle of very center, which is calm. The terrible storm above never stops. LTS winds get stronger and stronger toward the outer boundaries of Salaria. Many have been blown awashed in low Salaria, but all I know of none who have been able to leave, or then you don't know of. Anyway, I reach Cabrin, you ask.
Well, Well, there's a legend. Of course there's a legend. Control V.
Well, there is a legend of a tunnel under the seabed that goes Cabron, Belopa thinks
Goes
back.
to Cabron?
But it is only a legend. Quote. But legends are often based on truth, you say. Where should I search for this tunnel? I do not know.
I do not know.
Belopa says, LF, it does exist, it could be anywhere. Lieutenant could be back toward the farm in the east in the direction of Cabron itself.
Or to the east in the direction of Cabron itself. It could be anywhere. So here we are, and well, I mean, I thought I already chose to go to Belopa's farm, but maybe we're choosing to go to Belopa's farm again. Here we have the map is on page 7. Let's see if I already have this map. That's okay. So real quick, we're on page 15. I'm just gonna go look at the map on page 7 real quick. Yeah, we've already got this map. Let's go back to 15. Now, if we continue on to Belopa's farm, we turn to page 41. And if we turn around and go east, we turn to page 96. I'm going to stop the video now and make a decision. Alright, here we are on page 41. The Pelfins welcome you back to the sea farms. They offer to let you stay with them as long as you like. The more you see of this underwater realm, the more you like the kind of you like the kind sea farmers. Still, you feel the need to be on your way toward the continent of Cabron. Now we can turn east and turn to page 17, or we can go south and turn to page 46. I am going to make a decision and turn to those pages now. Okay, here we are at page 17, and I'm just going to plug this in the reader and read it. But this is page 17.
One of the Pelfins offers to carry you on its back to the EASL border of the farm and GIA. You accept the offer.
That sounded terrible.
Bool the way to...
Let's just start over. One of the Pelfins offers to carry you on its back to the east border of the farming area. You accept the offer, climb aboard, and hang on tight. The Pelfin heads across the underwater fields of green and blue plants that grow in orderly rows for miles and miles. The plants look like tall, very thin trees. Very soon you come to a wall of jagged rock that rises almost to the surface. Large passageways lead through it. The Pelfin wishes you luck and leaves you there. You swim through one of the openings to the other side of the wall. Straight ahead, the water looks dark and ominous. You are tempted to stay close to the wall and either go north or south along it. Then, in case of danger, you can hide in one of the many passageways. But the way to Cabron lies to the east. Perhaps you should continue in that direction. And here we are. I'm going to stop this video, make a decision. We can turn to page 22, 105, or page 20. Okay, so this is the second iteration of page 22. A strong breaststroke and a flutter kick send you forward at a good speed. You begin to swim through large schools of small golden fish. The sea is getting deeper and deeper. You can no longer see the bottom as it recedes into the inky darkness below you. The schools of fish suddenly disappear and you notice dark shapes closing in on you. You swim as fast as you can, but within moments the shapes are all around you. They are the opposite of the Pelfins, with hominid bodies but fierce blunt heads. They're the Baracas. Before you can resist, they trap you in a net and pull you down into the depths of the sea. Turn to page 13. It's very dark here where the Baracas have imprisoned you. As your eyes get used to the dim light, you see that you are in a plaza surrounded by several tiers of caves cut into the rock. The Baracas have put you into a large metal cage in the center of the plaza. It's the second time, so we're going to now go to, if you have been to the city of the Baracas before, turn to page 21. So turning to page 21. Alone in your cage, you recall you escaped before. Fortunately, you remember the combination that will open the lock. You wait until everything is quiet, then you twist the knob in the right sequence and unlock the cage and swim out. Check the map, see page 25, and now we have the choice of going to page 24 or page 28. I'm going to stop the video now. Well, I'll consult the map first, actually. So let's get this out of full screen mode. Let's get this on page 25. And I can tell you what I see here. Here we see the second section of the northeastern portion of the map, or northwestern portion of the map, I suppose. I'm just going to bring it up here. Boom. Here's our overall map so far. Control V. Let's grab a little section of it. Very good. Control X. Control V. And put that where it goes. Here we are. Right in its spot. Size is a little off. But that's essentially it. Ooh, maybe too big. Here we are. Now we can zoom in and then read the decisions that we have that we can make here. City of the Baracas is right here. Let's use the pencil. So I think that's where we are. And now we can read our our options. We can head south and turn to page 24, which is really close, so I could check that really fast. Or you could, okay, so head south over through these warm currents. That's what I see on this map here, heading south. Because City of Baracas is warm currents, right? Now, if we head east, we turn to page 28. If we head east, we continue towards, we might get to something called the Giant Clam. Is that what I read here? Yeah, it looks like the Giant Clam is down here somewhere. That might be really interesting. We may not get there at all, but we'll see. I'm going to stop the video now and make a decision, and then make a video for that decision. Alright, this is page 24 and 48. So continuing with this story. You swim south, away from the city of the Baracas, as fast as you can. After a while, you become very tired. You are glad to feel a strong current carrying you along. Oh, might be carrying me the wrong direction, as the map indicates. You float for what seems like a long time. Then up ahead, you see a vast underwater city. Leading into it is a large gateway. Oh dear. This is a pathway probably back to the city. This might be the second iteration of the city. Let's see, turn to page 48. Alright, yeah, here we are. So this will also be the second iteration, and page 69. Carefully you swim through the gateway. Inside the city stretches in all directions. The streets are wide and run straight into the distance. The city looks deserted. You swim down one of the streets and see buildings rising on all sides of you. Here and there, tall towers rise high over the building and the city wall. I have done a video for the rest of the section if you haven't been here. Maybe I will have a link for that video in the description, but since this is the second iteration of page 48, we are going to turn to page 69 and continue with the story from there. And this will be page 69 on a video as well. So, here on page 69, you gaze at the buildings in the city of the Tlantons, remembering your earlier visit when you blundered into one of the city's airlocks. The Tlantons let you go then, but barely. This time, you might not be so lucky. You swim back out through the gate and around the outside of the city. Looking at your computer map, you see that a record keeper's house lies to the west. Perhaps you could find information there about how to reach Cabron. On the other hand, Cabron itself lies east in the opposite direction, and you can check on the map on page 59, which I think we already have on the master map, but I'll bring it up here first. Yeah, we have this on the master map, so bringing it up on the master map, we can see, the record keeper's place right here as well. And we are back at the city of Tlantons. Tlantons, yes. Now back to our page. We have options here. We can go east and turn to page 62, or we can go towards the record keeper's house on page 61. I'm going to stop the video now and do some more exploring through Edward Packard's book. Thank you. So here we are on page 61 of the Escape from Tenopia Island, Trapped in the Sea Kingdom book. Not the island, but Trapped from the Sea Kingdom book. And this is the first time that we are going to the record keeper's office. So I'm just going to go ahead and read here. You swim along the city wall, which stretches far to the west. Some distance away from the city, you see a small building with a rectangle of pale yellow light in its sun. With a rectangle of pale yellow light in its side. Oh, like a window. You swim over to the building and look through the lighted window. On the other side of a thick pane of glass is a large room. In the center of it, an elderly hominid with a long gray beard sits cross-legged on the floor. So here we might put in a link for the second iteration. Would be good to do that if I ever make one. We'll see. But let's just continue on with page 61, as this is the first iteration. The old hominid looks in your direction out that window, and you're swimming there in the water with your gills. Then he jumps up and runs over to the window. With his hand, he gestures for you to swim around to the other side of the building. You go around, and there, at the base, is an airlock. You push yourself inside. A panel slides shut behind you. A panel. Almost as quickly, the water drains from the compartment. Then, the inside door opens. Now you can turn to page 50 to continue reading this pathway. So we're going to go down this path to page 50 and talk with the record keeper. All right, I'm excited. Come in, the old hominid exclaims. I am the record keeper. I have not had a visitor for, let's see, almost 20 years. You notice that all around the room are tablets with strange writing on them. It reminds you of ancient Egyptian writing you've seen on Earth. I'm here trying to find my way to Cabron, you say. Can you help me? To Cabron? I haven't heard that place mentioned for a long time, says the record keeper, wrinkling his brow and pulling on his beard. Cabron indeed. There is only one way to get to Cabron. I have it here someplace. He searches through his tablets. Aha, here it is, he exclaims. The tablet says that the way to Cabron is through a deep tunnel under the sea bottom at a place called, it could be Boss or something like that. I am not sure about the order of the letters. Oh, some words of the Atlantean language can shift the order of their letters. In any event, it says that Boss, if that's the correct spelling, is far to the east, or maybe that is the southeast. Go to the next page. The record keeper offers you a delicious meal of seaweed and mussels, then shows you a place where you can rest. You're not sure how long to sleep, or how long you sleep. There is really no day or night under the sea, but you sleep long enough to be thoroughly rested. Then you thank the record keeper for his hospitality and start on your way again. You know you want to head east, but you also want to take the safest possible route. Check your map on page 59. Yeah, and now we have choices. You can swim back to the city wall and turn to page 58. Or, if you swim out in the open water, turn to page 22, which I think 22 is a reset that I've done several times. But I'm going to stop streaming now, make your decision, and continue on. Okay, so I just finished up reading page 51, and I'm going to make the decision to swim back to the city wall, page 58, because I know that going to page 22 is getting captured by the Baracas, which I think I've already done twice. So I'm going to turn to page 58 and read from there. You swim along the city wall. When it turns to the east, you continue in that direction. The wall ends, and you look out into the dark sea. In the distance, you see tiny points of light bobbing in the water. Tiny bobs of light. Well, that's okay. So just looking in the dark. Here we have another decision. So yeah, I'm gonna stop the video here, I suppose, and then make a separate video for that, for one of these decisions. Looking at the decisions, we can swim toward the lights and turn to page 66. But if you swim away from the lights, you turn to page 98. All right. Yeah, I have really no clue which way to go, so I may make a decision. Alright, so I turned to page 66. This is the first time I've been captured by the Gorns, so this will be the worst decision I could have made, probably. But let's go ahead and read this, and hopefully our main character survives this encounter. Suddenly a pair of lights, a pair of lights is right in front of you, like a car lights. They blind you for a moment as several pairs of hands roughly grab hold of you. Your legs are tied together and your arms are tied behind your back. You struggle to get loose, but you can't. Seconds later, you are dragged into an airlock in the side of a scout craft. A scout craft. So I'll have to see what a scout craft looks like. Soon you are in a dry compartment on the floor of the scout craft. The faces of several ugly creatures are staring down at you. This is a curious specimen we've captured, says one of them. It doesn't look like a Talantan, says another. It has gills. Hey there, do you talk? Of course I talk. Of course I can talk, you exclaim. It speaks the galactic language with a curious accent, says the first creature. I'm from the planet Earth, you say, and that's where I would like to go back to. At the mention of Earth, all of them burst out laughing. Go to the next page. Earth, one of them exclaims. The creature thinks there is actually a place called Earth. Everyone knows that it's a mythical place. It's no myth, you protest. It's quiet, creature, shouts one of them. We'll say how an Earth creature likes living in the public aquarium in Gorn City. You'll be there for a long time. After this, all the Gorns leave the chamber. You can feel the floor vibrating under you as the scout craft speeds through the water towards their city. Turn to page 74. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Even though your hands and feet are tied, you manage to struggle to a sitting position. From there, you can see out the porthole in the side of the scout craft. In the distance up ahead and below, you see a small bright oval in the darkness. It grows in size as you near it, and you realize that you're looking at the transparent dome of a huge undersea city. There is an entrance airlock on the top of the dome. Then you begin to see other scout craft in the light thrown off by the city. They resemble giant fish made of metal. The ship you are on joins them, circling around and waiting for its turn to enter the city. You can look down through the dome to the structures beneath. Tall cylinders of shiny metal connect at various levels by crosswalks. The inhabitants look like tiny dots moving back and forth across them. Turn to page 80 to continue. The ship enters the airlock. After a few moments, the door to your compartment opens and several Gorons come in and untie you. Then they pick you up by the legs and shoulders, take you out of the ship, and toss you into a large tank of water. It all happens so quickly that you don't have time to protest. Go to the next page. The tank is on wheels and is quickly pushed along one of the ramps to an elevator. Moments later, you arrive at a large aquarium. Rows and rows of large tanks with transparent sides are filled with exotic-looking fish. The water in your tank, and you with it, is dumped into one of the large tanks. You swim over to the glass side of it. You can see the faces of several Gorons pressed to the outside of the glass, staring in at you. It's like you're in a zoo. Turn to page 68. Turning to page 68. Suddenly, you hear the voice of a pelican in your head. You spin around in the water, and sure enough, there it is a few feet away. Welcome to captivity, says the pelican. Not if I have anything to do with it. No, not if I have anything to do with it, you exclaim. Good, says the pelican. I already have a plan. If you wait until the sleeping period of the Gorons, I think we can escape. For the time being, we had better pretend that we are just another couple of fish in the aquarium. Several hours later, all is quiet outside the tank. Oh, they sleep. Now is our chance to get away, says the pelican. Most of the Gorons are asleep. If we can get to the airlock, there is usually at least one empty scout craft there. You may have to help me once we get out of this tank. I do not have feet to walk on dry land. Oh, so we have to carry this guy around the way you do. And hurry. I can only breathe out of water for a limited amount of time. Dude, what if I leave this guy? I don't think I get that choice. You both slither out of the pool and slide down the ramp towards the elevator. You half carry, half drag the pelican inside before the door closes. The elevator takes you up to the airlock. You just get out? Did I just get out? Yeah, we just get out. That's it. They don't think that you can survive out of the water because you have gills, I guess. The pelican was right. A scout craft, its door open, stands just a few feet away from the elevator. You jump through the open door and haul the pelican inside. You find yourself in the cockpit of the craft. I think I know how this works, says the Pelfin. But you will have to operate the controls. Turn to page 72. We're gonna fly a spaceship. At the Pelfin's direction, you pull some of the levers on the control panel. As you do, an alarm bell goes off outside, and through the window you see a group of Gorns dashing for your ship. But before they can reach it, water begins to pour into the compartment outside. Then a door opens above the ship, and the scout craft leaps upward into the sea above the city. Full speed ahead, exclaims the Pelfin. They will be after us. Which way should we go, you ask? I am not sure, answers the Pelfin. They probably expect us to head back towards farm country, but you decide. Check the map on page 63, which we haven't checked out yet, so we'll add that to the map. And then we get these options here at the base. At the base of this page, we can head back to the sea farms and turn to page 41, which I've probably read already. And we can finally go east and turn to page 35, but let's do this map thing real quick and turn to page 63. And now we have a new section of the map, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my master map. Oh no, we already have this section. Yeah, we already have this section. But let's just look at it. And we are very far from the farms. So I don't think swimming towards the lot. What? Oh wait, this is wrong. Yeah, we need this one. Okay. No. What was it? Page 41? Shit. No. Oh, I guess I'll stop the video and see what page we are on, because I have lost my place as I do so often in this book. Good thing I have the video to back it up. Alright. Alright, we're going to go to page 35, as I don't want to head back to the sea farms, but this will be Trapped in the Sea Kingdom, page 35. So, let's scroll up here to page 35 and start reading. Really enjoying reading these books. So I hope someone might watch them later. That'd be interesting. You try to head the ship toward the east. You are only partially successful. The ship bobs up and down at times so violently, that you can barely hold onto the controls. I think we might do better without this thing, says the Pelfin. Anyway, I have been out of the water too long, and I find it hard to breathe. So we're gonna get this buddy back in the water so he doesn't die. The two of you slip through the airlock and let the Gorn craft speed on its way without you. Then you both dive down to the sea bottom and hide behind a large rock. Seconds later, what looks like the whole Gornian navy speeds by above in pursuit of the craft you just abandoned. I'm heading home, says the Pelfin. Thanks for your help. You say, thanks to your help. I'm still searching for a way to get to Cabron. Stick close to the bottom then, says the Pelfin. The Gorns will have a harder time spotting you along the rocks and the seaweed. So now we can turn to page 76. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue and have 76 on this page. But there might be some redundancies later. I feel like I've been to 76 before, but it's probably just the start of something. Right. Oh, this looks like a new map. Checking your computer map, you see that a range of seamounts lies to the north. I guess a seamount, yeah, okay. The fastest route around them is to the west. The Gorn's city lies in that direction. Um, so yeah, so I guess we're like right at this corner. But perhaps you can avoid the Gorns by staying close to the sea bottom, or you can play it safe and swim around the sea mountains to the east. You can check the map, see the next page, and we're just going to go ahead and add that to our master map real quick. And control zoom out on that. And uncheck the action bar there. Alright, control V. Oh wait, maybe I need to hit print screen first. Print screen, click here, control V, select, and y'all can see what I'm doing. But I'm just cutting out this map, putting it in paint. And let's move this over here. Oh wait, we've already had this map. Darn it. No wait, that's not the map that I wanted. Yeah, I need the mountains. Maybe I didn't print screen right. Print screen. Control V. Yeah, there we go. Let's try this again. Select. Control X. Undo, control V, and there we have our mountains. There we go, and that should be the next section of the map. That lines up pretty well. And there's the eye of the storm. I wonder how relevant that will be later. And we have our options here at the bottom. If you swim west around the sea mountains, turn to page 10. If you head east, you turn to page 89. I'm going to stop the video now and make a decision and then read one of those pages. Thank you for watching. Okay, here we are on page 10. In time, you find yourself swimming through a forest of coral. Move through the tall, multicolored pillars, followed by thousands of small fish that regard you with curiosity. After a while, you see open water ahead, but at the sight of an enormous shape heading your way, you stop and peer around one of the pillars at the very edge of the forest. A giant spaceship is cruising under the water. You have seen similar types of amphibious craft on your diplomatic missions to foreign galaxies. A spaceship could get you out of Solaria and even off of Tenopia itself, but then you hear a voice warning you. It's a pelican sending out a long-range message. It's telling you to beware of Durkans. Durkans. If you swim out to the spaceship, you turn to page 84. If you swim along the border of the coral, just out of sight, you turn to page 73. So I'm going to stop the video now and then decide on a path and then probably make a video over one of those pages. Thank you.